So in addition to a wheat breeding program, the LSU Ag Center maintains a large oat breeding program. The oat breeding program is a little more diverse than the wheat breeding program because we also coordinate an international oat nursery that serves breeding programs in 28 countries. We breed not only for grain yield, but a lot of our effort is in developing forage oats, or oats that serve dual purpose for forage and grain. The oat variety trials are grown in Baton Rouge, Alexandria, Winnsboro, and Bossier City. This year there are 28 entries in the trial. All of the entries come from the 4 southern oat breeding programs, that being the University of Florida, North Carolina State University. LSU has the biggest oat breeding program, and then Texas A&M. The first entry is Horizon 306. It's an LSU Ag Center release, widely used as a dual purpose oat, excellent forage and excellent grain yield. It's getting a little bit of mileage on it in terms of it's been out for quite a while and some of the rust is starting to adapt to it, so it's one that we hope to replace in the next couple of years. The next one is a Florida 9044 U1 out of the University of Florida breeding program, obviously. First year in the trials, looks pretty good. There's a tremendous amount of crown rust and stem rust in this nursery. We can't really show you a close-up of the stem rust. We'll show you some crown rust plots in a minute. We always put highly disease susceptible borders and spreaders in our nurseries so that we can create intense disease pressure and identify the most resistant lines and breeding lines. This one is LA 12068. It's just a sort of a random breeding line out of our program in the statewide variety trials. Florida 12034-10 is a nice looking new oat line in the statewide variety trials. Unfortunately, it's got quite a bit of stem rust showing. This line is LA 15124-22. Very nice looking line. It's clean as a whistle, very high forage production, and I'm optimistic that it'll have good grain yield as well, but it looks very nice. Florida 1117-7, another breeding line out of the University of Florida. Nice looking plant type, good grain yield, quite a bit of stem rust in it. Texas 6163, nice looking breeding line out of Texas A&M University, out of the College Station oat breeding program. Texas 6039 is a new line out of the Texas A&M breeding program that is going to flunk out because of stem rust. FLLA 90155 U1 is a University of Florida line that came from a LSU Ag Center cross. Looks very nice. TAM 0412, one of the released varieties in this trial, is a Texas A&M oat variety that's done very well. It's got a little bit of susceptibility to stem rust, but it's a good oat variety. FL 0720 is a oat variety that was released by the University of Florida jointly with the LSU Agricultural Center 2 years ago. Very good forage line, good grain yield. It's utilized quite a bit by the Central Florida dairies. It's marketed in Louisiana by Angelina Ag. LA 1303-33 is a very nice looking LSU Ag Center breeding line that's probably too susceptible to stem rust. Texas 6142, a nice looking Texas A&M breeding line. LA 9916, marketed by Reagan and Massey out of Louisiana. It's an LSU AgCenter release from 6 or 8 years ago, widely grown across the Southeast as a dual-purpose forage and grain oat. It is pretty susceptible to this new stem rust that's come out, so it's one that we're going to need to replace fairly soon. Florida 1308-1, University of Florida breeding line. It looks good, except it does have quite a bit of stem rust in it. LA 1511-11, another tall, late, leafy LSU line. About a line this is falling down at harvest. FLLA 11098-S, another tall, leafy forage type oat. Buck, for those of you that are deer hunters, an LSU AgCenter release. Very winter hardy, very tolerant to the kind of grazing that you get with deer where they come back every day and graze on it. It's widely sold in sporting goods stores for that purpose. LA 1001-20, I thought was going to replace Buck, but it is just absolutely clobbered with stem rust, so I don't know that we're going to be able to release that one. FL 1384-11, another one that you can see is short, late, and severely damaged by stem rust. A lot of these plots will not be standing in 3 weeks. It just destroys the stem and they collapse. LA 1432, a pretty nice looking LSU AgCenter breeding line. Texas 5212, a very nice looking line, a little on the tall side, but it's very clean in terms of crown rust and stem rust. So this one, I would not be at all surprised to see it released. Brooks is an old North Carolina State University variety that we include as a crown rust check because it is absolutely a crown rust magnet. It's super susceptible, and you can see it's the leaves are totally orange. They're totally dead from crown rust. Texas 5098, another Texas A&M breeding line, looks good. Horizon 270 is another LSU AgCenter oat release. That is what we call a it's short, it's early, it's very high yielding, high test weight. It does not produce a lot of forage. It is super susceptible to crown stem rust. LA 1044 is a good candidate to replace Horizon 270. It's early, it's high yielding, it's short, excellent grain quality, and it does have pretty good disease resistance. So this one and that one are slated to interchange. LA 1503-42, we saw a sister of this one. Both of them look good. It's actually 3/4 Horizon 306. It's Horizon 306 crossed to a line from Argentina, and that progeny crossed back to Horizon 306. This is a Florida LA line, FLLA 9030. Nice looking plant type, but it is very susceptible to stem rust.